Hi, good evening. Prina Khan here, Sunah Ventures Real Estate, and I'm here to kick off my buyer's education workshop. So, welcome. I am passionate about all things real estate, mostly because of my own experience as a first time home buyer just a few years ago. There was so much information that was out there, too much information, and I made the mistake of going with my emotions when selecting an agent to work with, as opposed to really seeking out an expert to help me through my process. So, throughout this education, throughout this journey, I'm going to share with you some of the pros and cons of my experience, and as a licensed New Jersey real estate agent, best practices. So tonight I'm going to focus on the buyer's wants list. So as a new home buyer, first time home buyer, there's so much excitement around getting the home of your dreams. The master suite, the walk-in closet, the clawfoot bathtub, making sure the color scheme is exactly what you want. Or maybe you're more concerned with the kitchen. It has to have an island, and I have to have a special fan or hood over my stove. It has to be certain appliances. Well, I am here to tell you the best list to have is a requirements list and then have a separate nice to have checklist. Reason being, unless you're going to custom build your home, there's a very slim possibility that you're going to find a home that checks off every single want in your wish list. And if you do find it, it's going to come at a hefty price tag. In my own experience, one of my requirements was to have an island. My second requirement in the kitchen, my second requirement was to have a really, you know, like oasis type of master suite, master bathroom. I envisioned myself coming home from work and having a nice bath, and as you can see, I love my candles. But the reality set in when I started my home search. Things from finding the right home in the right neighborhood that checked off all those boxes, or the taxes that came with those properties in said neighborhoods. So I quickly learned that you're going to have to make some concessions and be deliberate and intentional with the things that you are requiring, especially when you're working with your agent. Agents, unfortunately, we have limited magic. And so we can only go off of what's available, what's on the market. And so if you're working with an agent who has a clear understanding of what those major requirements are, then you're going to be in good hands. But if you're giving your agent a list of 25 must haves, that's going to be pretty tough unless, again, you're willing to buy the land and build. So, when I thought about my own experience, wanting that island in the kitchen and wanting that phenomenal master suite, I found a quaint little home in New Jersey that had just the right size kitchen, beautiful appliances, and had a gorgeous island. Unfortunately, it was a cape. So, if you know capes, those are the houses that are usually split between having bedrooms on the second floor and the first floor. Typically, they'll have a dormer that kind of levels up or expands on the attic space on that second floor. And so the rooms are typically smaller. The closet space is typically smaller. And more than not, there's no ensuite to the master. And so in my case, not only did I not have an ensuite to the master, but I also didn't have a well constructed walk in closet. I remember coming in and being so adored by the charm of my home and the hardwood floors that were original, the clean basement that didn't require me having to do a seance and burn sage just to go into. All those things were great. And then I walked into the master bedroom and realized there's a space for a closet, a beautiful space, a little awkward, but there weren't any shelves or railings or any place to hang my clothing. So I thought, no worries. I'll go ahead and I'll buy what's needed. I'll figure out a way to measure and install, and ended up closing on my home. And the first couple days in, I realized being a cape and having those awkward ceilings was really awkward trying to figure out how I could maximize the space. And so I saved a good chunk of money in terms of going with a house that didn't necessarily check off all of my nice to haves. And with those savings, I was able to leverage a third party vendor who came out, measured that master closet space, every nook and cranny, and was able to build a custom closet that was able to house all my shoes, my bags, love shoes and bags, all my clothing, and I even managed to carve out a space for my husband. Incredible, right? Oh, and a section for my jewelry, my hats, and my sunglasses, all for under $1,500. So imagine if I had gone with the house that was $50,000 or $100,000 more just because I had to have that closet. Being more realistic and having a realistic approach in terms of what I could afford, what I wanted to spend, not be house poor, afforded me the opportunity to build this custom closet that, even for a home that had a tricked out closet, would not have been customized to suit my needs. Later on, I decided to reserve the second floor of my cape and make the whole floor my master suite. So I have an adjoining room, which is my office, the bathroom, which is in the middle, and then the master bedroom. So is it an ensuite in the typical sense? No, but I saved great money. I was able to repurpose those savings to make the home my own and go a step further and really customize it. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for your first home. And any home or any property, you have to have that list of requirements and then the list of nice haves. And if you have an excellent agent working with you, they'll do their best to check off as many things as possible. Please contact me on my website at soonerventures.com. Feel free to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram at Prina Real Estate on Facebook and at Sooner Ventures on Instagram, and find out more about the upcoming buyer's education seminar that I'll be holding. And if you're looking for an agent to help you sell your home, or you're looking for an agent to hold your hand through the process of buying a home or an investment property, then I'm your girl. Until then, have a good night. Bye.